It's food o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. I've been in Tesco's a couple of times and I've seen these and I sort of swerved them. And I swerved them because of the price. They're £3.50 a pack and I'm thinking, oh my goodness me, you could probably buy a whole sack of potatoes. Well, not a sack, but a good bag of potatoes for £3.50. So I swerved them and I swerved them for a couple of weeks, maybe 3 weeks, and then I decided actually I will pick them up. I'll just put my milk back or my cheese. I'll buy that next. I'll do without milk for a week. You know, that sort of thing. I put something back to accommodate these. And I finally bought them out of intrigue. 2025 has no doubt been the year of Marmite. We've had Marmite pizzas, Marmite mac and cheese, Marmite and cheese sandwiches, all sorts of Marmite style products. And now we have Marmite roast potatoes. They're 350 grams. That's the problem. That's the problem. You can buy a 2.5 kilo bag of potatoes for £3.50. That's 2.5 kilos. That's like 8 times the weight for the same money. These are potatoes covered in a little bit of Marmite and sold to you for £3.50. And that's always been the problem for me. That's why I haven't picked them up. But I have. I've done it now. Here's a look at them. I'm going to chuck them. I'm going to chuck them all in the air fryer. At 180 degrees for 25 minutes. I'll be back when these things are cooked. Right, okay, I've had a little quick look at these potatoes and they look fantastic. I can't believe the change from them pale looking potatoes to what we have here now. Look at those. Look at those golden roasties. I'm putting them back. Well, you don't need to see that anymore, do you? We can stick it there if you do. I suppose, you know, I was banging on earlier on about the price, £3.50. The other flip of the coin here, especially as these look so good, is that if you went to a takeaway these days and wanted 350 grams of food, what would you get for that £3.50? I know we did the whole potatoes thing. You can buy 2.5 kilos of potatoes for £3.50, and that's a valid argument. But the other side of the valid argument is, what can you buy in a takeaway for £3.50? And the answer is not much. Not much at all. So, are these actually worth it? Look at the colour on them. They look perfect. Now, don't get me wrong. They've probably been designed this way to look as good as this. And so far, I feel like my decision to put the milk back or the cheese and pick these up to see what they were like, because I was curious. I was curious for weeks. It might have been a justifiable decision to do it. Fluffy potato in the middle. Let's get in. They're damn good. Now I'm enjoying, you might see here, let me say that again. You might see it here. A glass of English Pilsner from Beeston Brewery. It's a really good English Pilsner. It's called Sensible Shoes. And it does go really well. This Pilsner and these potatoes. It's like a hand in a glove. They go really well together. Years ago, and this was a real good trick by the landlady at the time. I'll talk about the Marmite in a moment, because I am tasting Marmite and it is fantastically tasty for a man who doesn't like Marmite. But just on the beer and the potatoes for a moment. I remember going into, there was a place called the Royal Hotel just up the road here. And I remember going in specifically to watch a football match. I ordered a pint of, it was a Worthington's beer at the time. I can't remember what it was. It was a Worthington's beer. Drinking this Worthington's beer, I went back to the bar at half time in this football match, and there was a tray of roast potatoes on the bar for any, and there was a little sign, help yourself. And at the time, I thought, how generous. How lovely, how generous. There must have been a bit of generosity there to put the potatoes on the bar in the first place. But at the same time, those potatoes were placed on the bar to keep you at the bar, to keep you in the pub, to fill a hole. If you were full up and you weren't hungry, the likelihood was you were going to stay in the pub. And there's nothing better. There's nothing better than a good roast potato like this. A steaming hot roast potato. There's nothing better that will keep you in the pub for maybe 1 or 2 pints longer. In my 40s, I completely understand that now. I completely understand that sort of keeping you in the pub. Because you're buying more beer, of course. But back then I was like, oh, how generous. I'll have another pint. Anyway, we must talk about the Marmite. It's subtle. It's not like you just spread Marmite on toast. It's a subtle, sort of yeasty. Whoa. Look at that. Almost sort of beef stock taste to these potatoes. Oh, be careful. It's a hot potato. Ooh. Oh, these are wonderful. These are perfect potatoes for my Pilsner. Oh. Ask yourself, the second half of the question. Ask yourself what else you can buy for £3.50 that you can whack in the air fryer that's as good as this. There's not much. I had my reservations at the start of the review. They looked pale, they looked a bit rubbish, but cooked, they look fabulous. Roasties in a pint, perfect. I like them roasties enough to give them a 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. My whole issue with it have gone. They're worth the money. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.